There exists a category of creatures in this world that have been spotted by a few but have never been scientifically confirmed. We collectively refer to these beings as unidentified mysterious animals, UMA. Hello everyone, and welcome to the UMA series. In mainstream cryptozoology, it is believed that Asia may still be home to undiscovered primates with intelligence surpassing that of apes, or even primitive human-like beings. Unlike the various humanoid cryptids found in North America, the reports of mysterious ape-like creatures in Asia are surprisingly similar despite variations in size and height. Examples include Mandabarung in India, Barmanus in Bangladesh, the wild man of Shenangjia in China, and the Yeti of the Himalayas. Whether these beings are proto-humans or undiscovered large beasts, they have become an inseparable part of regional folklore. Today, our topic focuses on the Nitawo, a wild race from Sri Lankan folklore. Who were the Nitawo? The Nitawo, or Nitawo, are described in Sri Lankan myths as a savage, humanoid species. They were said to be short and ferocious, with a height ranging from 0.9 to 1.2 meters. These creatures walked upright, were covered in black or reddish-brown fur, had dark skin, short arms, and sharp claws like those of a predator. They were reportedly social beings with their own language and lived in groups, hunting small to medium-sized mammals. Early accounts of the Nitawo. One of the earliest possible references to the Nitawo comes from the writings of Ibn Battuta, a renowned Moroccan traveler of the 14th century. Between 1325 and 1354, he visited 44 different countries, including Kenya, Iran, Turkey, India, China, and Spain. His travels covered nearly all the major regions under Islamic influence at the time, making him one of the most well-traveled individuals before the age of Columbus. In his book The Rila, A Journey to Strange Lands, Ibn Battuta wrote about Ceylon, modern-day Sri Lanka, and described a species of black monkeys with long tails that lived in the mountains. He noted that the males of this species grew beards like human men and that they had a leader who wore a crown made of leaves and used a stick for support. This leader sat in a place of honor, while the other monkeys stood behind him in submission. They were also said to gather food, follow orders, and even punish disobedient members of their group. Although the description resembles the purple-faced langur, a primate native to Sri Lanka, the reported social behavior suggests a level of intelligence beyond that of ordinary monkeys. If this account is not a myth or exaggeration, it could be one of the earliest written references to the Nitawo. The first reliable report, 1886. The first more credible mention of the Nitawo appeared in an 1886 academic journal authored by British official Hugh Neville. Based on oral accounts from the Vedas, Sri Lanka's indigenous people, Neville described the Nitawo as a semi-human, semi-animal species, resembling apes but with human-like traits, covered in reddish fur, possessing sharp claws and great strength, occasionally descending from the mountains to steal food from Veda hunters. According to local accounts, the Nitawo were feared for their claws, and the Vedas actively avoided them. An elderly Veda hunter later recounted a tale that his ancestors had engaged in a battle with the Nitawo, eventually driving them into a cave and setting it on fire, wiping out the entire species. Scientific perspectives on the Nitawo. Various theories have been proposed to explain the nature of the Nitawo. Unknown human species. Some scholars, like Richard Lionel Spittel, suggest that the Nitawo may have been an ancient group of Negrito people, one of the oldest human populations in Southeast Asia. These short-statured, dark-skinned people resemble those found in the Andaman Islands, Malaysia, and Thailand. Giant gibbons or apes. Cryptozoologist Bernard Uvelman suggested that the Nitawo were a species of large gibbons, possibly similar to the siamang, Symphalangus syndactylus, of Sumatra. Surviving early hominins. Some researchers believe the Nitawo may have been a remnant population of Homo erectus or another early hominin species that underwent island dwarfism. This theory is supported by the 2003 discovery of the Homo floresiensis, Flores man, in Indonesia, a human species standing only about 1 meter tall that lived up until 50,000 years ago. Modern sightings and controversy. Though the Nitawo were reportedly exterminated centuries ago, sightings have continued into modern times. In 2019, multiple reports surfaced across Sri Lanka, particularly in the southeast, southwest, and central regions, of small, hairy humanoids appearing in forests. For example, in February 2019, a woman from Wallasmola claimed she saw a Nitawo-like creature running into the forest, breaking tree branches along the way. A Veda chieftain from Dambana stated in an interview that his grandfather used to tell stories about the Nitawo, saying they once had their own society and may still exist in small numbers today. However, many skeptics question these sightings, attributing them to misidentifications of local wildlife or cultural folklore passed down through generations. Sri Lanka has a long history of superstitions and mythical beliefs about animals, such as rat scratches causing leprosy, slow loris cries summoning demons, leopards becoming bloodthirsty during a full moon. These beliefs suggest that the legend of the Nitawo might simply be a highly exaggerated tale about a common primate species, possibly the purple-faced langur. Final thoughts. Despite various theories, the true identity of the Nitawo remains a mystery. If they were real and possessed the characteristics described, the hominin theory seems most plausible, as it would explain their language, bipedalism, and social behavior. But were they truly real, or were they a product of folklore? Did they exist but become extinct, or are there still a few survivors hidden in Sri Lanka's dense jungles? The mystery of the Nitawo continues.